Hi Prudence, how you doing? So let's go through the presentation. And I want to take a look at it here, and then we'll go over to the issue and see how that looks. But as far as this goes, the PDF, okay, so you've got your cover, and in your cover you've got this this kind of these geometric shapes, okay, and those are going to end up being your logo. Okay, so this is a project that's kind of unusual because it not only acts as a bid for hosting the event, but it also acts as a branding guide and sort of a design narrative all rolled into one. That said, I think that you're showing your logo on the first page and the second page here and the third page. Sorry, not the third page, but the fourth page, and then, excuse me, one second. Excuse me, and that's your logo. So by the fourth page, we're already on our third or fourth presentation of the logo itself. So you're immediately diminishing branding. And I'm just giving you ideas here of how this will be seen as perhaps somebody who's going to be looking at it in terms of reviewing your portfolio when that time comes. I'm not necessarily looking at this as an Olympic bid, actual realistic bid project. Okay, so presentation-wise, we've got an issue on the front page, and that's this. If I grab my, oh yeah, that's right. We don't do that anymore in Acrobat. So I just want to come over here and show you. See that background image? That's a low-res image. So you definitely want to reconsider that presentation there. Next page, we come over here to the first page, and it's, okay, what are we dealing with here? What are we looking at? So in other words, you have this within the center of Romania, in the middle of Transylvania, nesting among the mountains. Maintains its status as the heart of the country, the central location of Brasov, as well as climate, size, overall charm, making it the ideal host for 2022 Winter Olympics. So that's good, but is that your mission statement? That the mission statement should be such that you're explaining what exactly this project is. Okay, so it's not a mission statement saying this location is the best location for this event. It's a mission statement saying, okay, this is the location we're bidding for in a open bid for world locations to host the Olympic event. Okay, so again, let's go to the next page here, and again, presentation wise, let's just take a look at this image here, and again, that is difficult to tell, but that certainly is looking like a low resolution image also. So you want to go through this definitely is, and some of your other images are low res images. For example, if we zoom into this image right here, we can start seeing all the pixelization, and then let's take a look at this one here. This one may not be as difficult to tell, but I would definitely check all of your images. These all look good. Hard to tell though, hard to tell. So anyway, okay, page one. Right into your text, you have this justified text, and then you have these unusual spaces all through. So those will need to be adjusted. On the second page, you have your colors, but you don't have your colors listed in RGB and CMYK equivalents. Okay, and then your patterns are showing your patterns, but as we can see, they're kind of breaking up here in the presentation. So is that a good presentation of patterns in their size and their propensity to lose detail at small sizes? Okay, so this is the official logo. And this is design inspiration for the logo. But that's not explained. What happened? We're looking for, there's a lot of research here that you could have all of your reasoning behind the shapes and the textiles and all of your reasoning behind the shapes and the textures and the patterns. You're not telling us any of that here. this type presentation is, okay, I see. So this is a caption. Okay. Let's see if that, okay, so that's a caption. I think that everything else is looking pretty good. It makes sense, but I do want to mention something, okay? From right here on, where you say pictograms, tickets, and then out in the world, I'm just going to be honest with you, because I don't think you're going to grow as a designer without honesty, but this almost seems very forced. It almost seems like, especially down here, you've got this sign. This sign here is showing these geometric shapes, these two triangles, right, in relationship to the background and the logo. Then over here, you have another presentation that's not using geometric, but more of a curve in relationship with this patterned background. So that really is throwing me. You're showing the logo here a couple of times out of contexts. So in other words, how is the logo allowed to be seen? Okay. And then all this stuff in the background almost seems forced. All your patterns and these in the background, and it just, you know, if you take a look at the Vancouver 2010, and especially on the ski slopes, their stuff is all like really organic, like almost looks like the wind is blowing. It almost looks like a visual interpretation of what the wind would look like if we could see the wind, and that also is holding a horizontal composition that's really playing well with the horizontal lines of the ski slope, as opposed to this vertical orientation that's just kind of like chopping in. If this were a composition, this vertical weight would be really, really dissecting this image into several different small chunks. Okay, so anyways, that's where I have about presentation. So anyways, I think you did a good job, and good job throughout the weeks. I enjoyed having your presence in the class. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to get with me.